The Yankees are back on top. World champions for the 27th time. The Lakers repeat back-to-back titles. The LA Lakers. Back to throw Montana. Step left throws. This fight is over. Floyd Mayweather has a knockout victory over Ricky Hatton. Smiling. Oh! He slapped him! Conor McGregor is the new UFC featherweight champion of the world! Oh, unbelievable!
Could the champions make up? Hell no!
Welcome back to Championship Rounds. It'll be my second show of 2021, and what do you know? NFL playoffs going strong. Also, the UFC is back. So I'm going to preview the first UFC card of 2021, and then later I'm going to have the homies on, and we're going to dive right into the remaining teams left in the NFL playoffs. Should be fun. So, but before I get into any of that, I just want to say that last week, if the Titans would have pulled it off, your boy would have been $200 richer. But it was a $5 bet. Anyhow, let's go ahead and not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and dive into it. And I believe this is the first ever UFC, that's right, on ABC. That's right. You heard me correct. And it's going to be headlined by Max Holloway, former featherweight champion, and Calvin Kattar, the up-and-comer. I'm going to go ahead and go from the bottom to the top, and then I'm going to tell you at least a couple other fighters on the card that I see getting the victory on Saturday night. Give me 1 second here. Got my notes up. All right, here we go. First fight I wanted to touch on is a women's fight. It's a women's bantamweight fight, I believe, and it's the competitors are Sarah Morris and Vanessa Mello. Now, Morris is the favorite on the card. She's minus 235, while Mello is plus 185 here. Both these ladies are 32 years of age. And this fight is a pink slip match. The loser of this fight is getting cut from the promotion. You can bank on that. And I'm going to tell you why. I mean, both of these women have trouble missing weight. Like, she's had 3 fights inside of the UFC. She's lost every single one of them, and she's missed weight 2 of the 3 times. Then you got Sarah Morris, who is, let's see, she's 3-5 in the UFC, 1-4 in her last 5 fights. She missed weight too. In the only win of her last 5 fights, she missed weight. Yes, and not only did she won by stoppage, but she missed weight to a woman that was coming up to 135 pounds, who's now fighting at 125 pounds. So, I mean, how big was that victory? You came in heavy against a girl that was a competitor at a weight class down. Not impressive to me. But that's why I said whoever doesn't win this fight is definitely getting that pink slip. They won't have another UFC fight. I mean, look at this. Morris is 6-6 and Mello is 10-8. Like, these are 500 records. And if Morris wins, that's the sub 500 record. So, yeah, I don't think you can keep somebody with that kind of record around the biggest promotion in the sport and still legitimize it. There we go. Now, so yeah, who's my pick here? Okay, I got a couple of notes on this fight. let's start with Melo here. Like, Melo was riding a 5-fight winning streak heading into the UFC, but her success didn't translate. And I mentioned she missed weight. I don't see her getting the victory here. I think she goes 0-4 in the UFC, and Sarah Morris, who has a few wins in the UFC, she picks up another and sends Melo packing. So count on the favorite in that one to cash in. That is the first selection of my parlay as far as the UFC goes. All right, next up we got David Zawada versus Ramazan Amiev. I don't know if the E is silent. Sorry if it is. I'm American. Anyways, so this fight is against a finisher in David Zawada. The man is a finisher. He's lost a couple of split decision fights, but he either finishes you or he gets finished. All right, and he finishes a lot of people more. I mean, he finishes his opponent way more often than he gets finished. So take that into account. His opponent, Ramazan, is a decision guy. He wins fights. The man's been he's got like a crazy record. He's 16-2 in the last 10 years. So obviously he knows how to get the victory and get his hand raised. But he's not finishing anybody. He ain't finishing nobody. When Zawada loses, Zawada loses by finish. Okay, like I said, he's lost a couple of split decisions, but Ramazan's lost a decision too. I think it was Anthony Rocco Martin, was that right? Let me see here. No, yeah, okay. Yeah. Amiev definitely lost to Anthony Rocco Martin, so by decision. So yeah, he's shown that he can get his hand raised, but he's not winning every single decision, even though he's 16-2 in the last 10 years. And he is the rightful favorite here, coming in at -275, and Zawada coming in at +210. Zawada's looking to finish somebody. He stumbled in his UFC debut, lost a decision, right? Then he came back and he got finished by Jing Liang. He's on the card. I'll get his name right later. But he got finished by him by a body strike. And then he defeated Khabib's cousin. Finished him. Submitted him, I believe. So now he was looking good coming in the UFC before those two fights. Now he's coming in against a guy who also stumbled a little bit, losing that decision I alluded to, who's looking to continue his winning ways. But all of his wins have been decision. I don't think he gets that decision this time. I think Zawada takes it and cashes in that +210 underdog status. So number 2 pick for me on UFC on ABC, Holloway versus Kattar, will be David Zawada. And I think he finishes the guy. Even though Amiev hasn't been finished in 6 years, he hasn't been stopped at all in 6 years, I think he gets stopped now. Not a lot of youth on the side of Zawada. He's 30, while Ramazan is 33. But I still think Zawada finds a way to get the finish. Again, that's my pick. All right, let's move on here. We got Soriano Punale, first name. And then he's going up against Dusko Todorovic. Okay? Todorovic is the favorite here. -175. Soriano's 138 plus. And they're both undefeated. Soriano is 7-0. Todorovic is 10-0. But, as funny as that sounds, Soriano actually has the better world ranking. Okay, I don't have that in front of me, but I looked it up earlier, and he's got the better world ranking than Todorovic. But Todorovic is the favorite here, and probably because his hands are looking lethal. But so are Soriano's. He got a finish in his last fight. I think it was like a check left hook, put a guy away. So both of these guys are heavy hitters who are coming in here to not go the distance. They're both coming in here to put their opponent away. And I don't know what. I think I got a couple notes on this fight. I don't. They're both coming off of the Contender Series. I know Soriano has been really friends with Ray Sefo, who runs PFL. I think he had a bout there that he won. Again, I see. Okay, Todorovic is looking like I see why he's the favorite. Did a little research on the guy. He's definitely a hot prospect. Soriano is too. I'm looking for the 7-0 guy to come in here and get that victory because I've seen his amateur record as well. And again, I've seen some of the guy's fights. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 fights of Todorovic. So I guess I can't really speak on how legit this man really is. But as far as what I've seen from Soriano, again, both of them undefeated, I'm picking Soriano. All right, you can call it a hunch. I was like, man, maybe I shouldn't touch this fight. Both of these guys are undefeated. None of them are used to losing. Who do I go with? I'm going to go with the guy that looks better. The guy that is really putting guys away on the field. I think Todorovic had like a ground and pound victory. I mean, I don't see Puna Soriano coming in here and getting put on his back and not being able to get up in exchange. But Todorovic is just equally seasoned, if not more, on the feet. I mean, we'll see who's got the power in the end. But again, I'm calling another statistical upset here as far as the odds go, and I'm going with Soriano to get the victory. So mark that down. I think that's my third pick of this card. It is. All right. Moving right along. All right. We got Carlos Felipe versus Justin Tafa. All right. This is a heavyweight bout. Somebody's getting finished, or these guys are going to gas out, and the fight's going to be boring as hell. All right? So looking at these two guys, obviously, Tafa is Samoan, Hawaiian, Kiwi, something like that. All right? And Felipe is coming in here looking pretty good. All right? Both of them look pretty good. So I don't think anybody's going to get tired and it's a boring fight. But both of these guys have been to a decision before. My notes on this fight are, hold on one second. I'm getting a call from Chris. He's going to be on in just a second. Hey, Chris, you're going to have to give me a second. I'm finishing up the UFC portion of the show. Let me give you a ring back. All right. All right. So he'll be on later. Again, here we go. Who's my pick here? Heavyweight fight. You know, Tafa has 5 professional fights total. He's 4-1. In his UFC debut, he was knocked out, and I think he's since got a victory after then. If not, he definitely got knocked out on that UFC debut. And Felipe is undefeated, if not for a decision in his debut, and he actually owns a victory over the guy that beat Tafa. I don't want to do MMA math. Going with Felipe. He beat the guy that knocked out Tafa. I don't give a damn if Tafa's looking to rebound and make a name for himself. He's going down again. He's got 5 professional fights. Now, I know Felipe's got 10, but that's double what Tafa's got, and he's been finishing guys looking great too. He's lost 1 decision. He ain't getting finished. Tafa got slept. So, yeah, going with Felipe. You can mark that as my next pick on the card. Let me get through these so I can end this portion and call the guys back, but let's go. Next fight. A familiar name to me, probably not to some, doesn't fight a lot, hasn't fought in 3 years. I'm talking about Argentina's Santiago Ponzinibbio, and he's going up against Li Jingliang, all right? Jingliang's coming in the underdog plus 240, Ponzinibbio's minus 305. As far as the odds go, this looks like almost sure money, all right? But it's a fight. It's a fight. So these are my notes on this fight. I mentioned he ain't fought in 3 years, but he's definitely one of the top guys in the division. His last fight that he had, he finished Neil Magny. And if anybody's been watching mixed martial arts, UFC, they know Neil Magny is a hard guy to beat, let alone finish. He don't get finished. It's hard enough to beat this guy, let alone finish him. So yes, Ponzinibbio's looking to come in here and ensure his status as one of the top guys in the division and a contender for the belt. All right, well, his opponent, again, Li Jingliang, sorry for the mispronunciation, in his last fight, he lost to Neil Magny. He didn't get finished, but he lost. I don't like to do MMA math here, but a guy knocks out a guy that another guy loses to. Gotta go with Ponzinibbio. Yeah, he's gonna come in and ensure his position at the damn top of the ladder or near the top as far as the next to get a damn shot at the belt. All right. Just got a couple more here. The next fight is a fight between two legends, two surefire Hall of Famers, all right? And I'm talking about the natural-born killer, Carlos Condit. And his opponent, he is going up against the immortal Matt Brown, all right? Both of these guys have been in tremendous fights, wars, fights that you would say was the fight of the year, some of the best fights of all time. I'm not overselling it. I don't care what you say. Not overselling it. Google it. Look it up. Get UFC Fight Pass. Yes, so they're fighting each other here. The favorite is Condit coming in because he won his last fight against Court McGee. You can say how you think he looked in that fight, but he's coming in minus 106. He's coming in to minus 167, while Matt Brown's coming in plus 138. All right, this is what I think about this fight. All right, before the Court McGee fight, Carlos Condit was on a 5-fight losing streak. The guy couldn't get a victory to save his damn life. All right, he was definitely getting beat. All right, and he beat a guy in Court McGee. He's on a kind of a losing streak himself. I think he's lost his last 2. So it's not like he found a way to get the victory. So I respect everybody that gets in that cage. So all the respect to Court McGee and Carlos Condit, but the victory was very lackluster. He didn't finish the guy. If he would have went in there and finished Court McGee, I would feel way better about his chances going forward. Now let's look at Matt Brown. Matt Brown was on a bit of a losing streak after he was red hot. He was red hot, and I think he fought Lawler and Hendricks when they were still hot for the belt. He lost a couple of decisions to them. I don't think he got finished. But then he won a fight, then he went on a little bit of losing streak. But then he recently won 2 fights, and he's been tinkering on the ledge of retirement for a while now, but he won't quit. His last fight, he got put in there with a young, I think 28-year undefeated up-and-comer and got finished. Yeah, happened. Did he get finished against a guy like Carlos Condit, who is a brilliant mixed martial artist, but definitely at the end of his career? No, this guy's coming up. He might be the next guy. So, again, keep it short and sweet. Going with the immortal Matt Brown on this one. Doing it. And I'm doing it because Matt Brown is a finisher, too. All right, those 2 wins I mentioned, he didn't freaking limp his way into those victories. He finished those guys. Knocked them out. Yes. So, going with Matt Brown there. Add that one to your parlay. All right. Moving to the main damn event, Max Holloway, the Blessed Express. It is what it is. You know the lingo. He's going up against Calvin Kattar, who I think his last victory was a main event against Dan Ige, who some people say won that fight. Some people do. Well, this is my take on this, all right? Kattar does have a nice 2 wins that I just mentioned in a row, and but his best victories are large in part against guys who have names, but the best of them is behind them. I'm talking about guys like Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens. I think he lost a fight to Zabit Magomedsharipov, who people say, oh, if that was a 5-round fight, oh, that was Kattar's fight. He was coming on at the end. Surprise, it wasn't a 5-round fight. It was a 3-round fight, and he lost. All right, so who cares how he looked in that fight? Okay, because Zabit ain't trained for a 5-round fight. It wasn't a 5-round fight. Whatever. I know I'm shitting on Kattar right now. I'm not trying to. He's a good fighter. Very good fighter. Obviously, he wins fights. He loses them too, though. And you know who doesn't lose fights like that? The Blessed Express. Max Holloway, who a lot of people say won both fights. Not just one, but definitely the second against Alexander Volkanovski. But the judges said otherwise. So, still we have a champion unbelted in Max Holloway. And I think he comes in here and makes a statement. And when he wins, he can rightly say, and there can be an argument that, hey, this is still my division. I'm still the best fighter here. Because arguably, he ain't been beat. I know the records will say different. But at the end of the day, he didn't get finished. He didn't get outclassed. Like, it wasn't clear cut. So he could say that. And hell, I'll say that if he wins, when he wins. All right. Again, those are my picks for UFC on ABC, Holloway versus Kattar. I got two other gems for you, if you will. Two other fighters that I see winning. So if you want to add those to your parlay, ain't mad at you. We got, now, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this guy's name right, but his name is Nazoruddin Imavov, and he's plus 208 as far as the odds go. He's fighting a guy named Phil Hawes. Phil Hawes came out, everybody was saying he was a training partner of Johnny Bones Jones. Everybody said he was the next John Bones Jones because of how he looked probably when he was training with John Jones. He came out, had a nice amateur career, won his first professional fight. Then he went on a down slump. And then he came back. He's on a nice little 5-fight win streak right now. But, he's going up against a guy that is on a 6-fight winning streak. And who is, I think, looks better as far as the well-roundedness. Now, I think Phil Hawes has all the potential, every bit of the potential. But I just feel like when he comes up against a guy that wants it more than he does, and especially a guy that is more seasoned and more well-practiced in certain areas of the fight game, he don't win. So go on with Imanov. All right, I'm adding that one to my parlay. Another plus 108 should definitely raise up your odds there if you're putting a few together. And the last guy I want to come and tell you is going to win is Joaquin Buckley, all right? This guy's going to get beat. I don't care who you are. He's already been beat. He's been beat by Kevin Holland, got finished. He's going to get beat again. But not when he keeps getting matched up against these guys. The guy he's fighting now, 3-fight losing streak he's on. He's not beating Buckley. Buckley, if he ain't going to knock you out, which he does to most people not named Kevin Holland, most people he's been put up against, knocking him out. This guy's been knocked out on a 3-fight losing streak, like I said before. Yeah, Buckley is busier. He's got power. Until he comes up against a guy that can wear him down and outstrike him or put him on his back and keep him there, he ain't losing. So if they want to build up the guy that they think has the best knockout of it ever, hey, more power to you. More power to you, Joaquin. You come from a humble background. I like your story. You get the win Saturday night. Joaquin Buckley. Add that one to your parlay, and that is a guarantee for championship rounds. He's definitely, well, it's the fight game, but that's as close to a guarantee as you're going to get. Buckley. All right. Now, that concludes, again, my portion of the UFC on ABC. I'm going to go ahead and segue into the NFL playoffs with the homies. Roll the fucking winners. All right, as promised, got the homies back with me. That's T Hang and Chris Workman. What's up, fellas? How we doing today?
Yo.
What it do?
What up, what up?
What's up, my man
Well,
Chris? How you working? I like the shirt.
Let's go. Gotta represent even when we're not in it.
I feel that.
Yeah, let's not suck each other off just yet. All right, you guys might be very against each other when these picks go. We'll see. So
let's see.
Let's just briefly discuss last week. I know that I had some things that didn't play out, even though I won the bet with the Colts because they definitely covered 6.5. They actually lost the game, and also the Titans lost me money. But Chris, you did pretty well.
I did. I think I got about everything right, pretty much. I said the Steelers were very beatable, but we definitely got that game wrong, all of us. So I don't think anyone definitely picked the Browns to win that game, right? So,
excuse me.
Oh, Mickey, you weren't here last week, so I guess we didn't hear what you had to say.
Yeah, but I made post saying that the Browns was gonna bop the Steelers.
Okay.
Okay. Well, but anyways, the Ravens won. They finally beat the Titans in a playoff game. Lamar Jackson finally got his first win in a playoff. So I
Hey,
predicted that. You were adamant the Titans were going to win. So
yeah, and I said Derrick Henry was going to go off, and Derrick Henry did not go off.
you know what? They really tried to get him going though for you. So they could have tried
They
any harder.
tried. Hey,
They just couldn't do it.
one rush. There was one rush that he was about to bust, but they tripped him up.
Yeah.
What
No
cost him the
homo.
game was when he threw that interception. He threw it wrong. AJ Brown, who's been killing them the whole game, was wide open.
Yeah, they showed that on the
But
replay.
we ain't gonna talk.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that. That's
Yeah, it was tied at
yeah, but
halftime. It was tied at halftime, and Ravens took over. So
Anything else you guys want to discuss about last week before we move into this week's games? I'll take your.
It's pretty much what was going to happen. But
I'll say this from last week. Now that the Browns actually won and they've got that momentum, they've got it. They've got a chance to beat Kansas City.
Yeah, but we'll get into that when we get to that game, which is actually, I believe, is the very first game. So I guess we can go ahead and get into that. We got Cleveland at Kansas City. So that means the Browns are traveling to Kansas City. Okay, I'm very repetitive. We'll go ahead and start with you, Chris, since you wanted to go ahead and jump the gun. Who you got?
Well, the reason why I think so just to get it out there, I've got the Chiefs to win this game. I don't think they're actually gonna lose, but just for fun, let's go ahead and tell you the reasons why the Browns could win. So the Chiefs haven't covered 10 point. They've covered it 5 times this year, 10 points. That's it, and they haven't done it since Week 8 when they beat up on the Jets. Okay. So, and the Chiefs are 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games. Chiefs are 21st in rushing yards allowed. Chiefs are 31st in rush defense completely, and the Browns Browns have a great run game, as we know, and the Browns also rank 4th in red zone touchdown percentage. So they get down there, they can punch it in.
Hold on.
They can
Knock
punch
it off.
it in.
Knock it off, Mickey. Knock it off. Go ahead. Continue.
But the Chiefs are going to win.
Well, the Chiefs are gonna win, right? What's the spread? I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up right here.
The spread's 10. So, but listen, they haven't been the Chiefs haven't covered the spread in a while, and that's the reason why is because they haven't won by 10 points in a while. So
they haven't played the Browns in a while.
Well, just saying, the Browns have a good run. Have good runners in Kareem Hunt and Chubb. So
be able to stop them boys.
So you rather just take. So you rather.
Kareem Hunt, you got to think Kareem Hunt was on the Chiefs. They let him go on some BS.
He barely plays.
Now he's going. Who? Kareem Hunt?
He barely gets carries.
But when he does, they're touchdowns.
Now he's going back to Kansas City in the playoffs. Man, they fam bop their ass.
Do you think Andy Reid, Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, do you think they give a damn about what Kareem Hunt's trying to do? Hell no. They don't give a damn about no Kareem Hunt, the number 2 running back.
But you
they
know what?
Give 2 fucks.
But listen, if they can run the ball right, that'll take possessions out of Mahomes' hands in their offense.
The Chiefs and the Browns defense are better than the Chiefs defense. They can score too. We know the Chiefs can score. We know the Chiefs can score. But defense is ass. The Browns can score.
Like I said, the Chiefs have like the worst run defense in the NFL. So
okay, so who you got, Mickey? The Browns?
I got the Browns beat upset the Chiefs.
And you got this 21-17. Yeah, you tripping.
35-32, Cleveland.
And Chris, you got the Chiefs. You don't have them covering the spread, right? Let's just put that out there so you can't be like,
I don't have them covering the spread. I don't, because I think that they're going to be able to run the ball effectively enough to take possessions away from Kansas City to slow the game down. So that'll put them in a good position at the end of the game to have a decent chance. Now, I don't think they're going to win though, but and also Kansas City could get a late one to make it like a 10-point game or 14-point game, any type of 2-possession game after that. But it could be, I think it would be close throughout.
All right. All right. So since you guys have already laid in your 2 cents and I sprinkled mine in there a little bit here and there, I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. Obviously, from how I've been talking, I'm riding with Patrick Mahomes. And shout out to Brandon Ollie because he made a bet. Brandon Ollie made a bet that the Kansas City Chiefs. He made this bet for last year that the Kansas City Chiefs would win the Super Bowl, and they won last year. Then he looked at it and realized that it was for this year. So if they repeat, he wins a little bit of money, and I'm all for the homies getting a little bit of scratch from their bets. But I don't have Kansas City winning the Super Bowl, but I have them winning this game. All right. Anything else to say about this game before we move on?
Well, if you're going to support anybody, I've got more money on the Bucks to win the Super Bowl as far as that's concerned. So forget about the Chiefs.
I never said that I was going to support. Okay, because I'm going to have my bets too, and I just said that I ain't got. Listen, let's move. Anything else to say about this game? Yes or no?
Dog pound
No.
Browns. Let's go.
Hey, you guys are after this year and after this game, you guys are gonna go back to having fans in the stands with paper bags over your heads, and they're not gonna move you to Baltimore this. They're not gonna move you to Baltimore this time.
Oh,
Let me stop. Let me stop. You're not even a Browns fan. You're just riding on their Johnsons right now. Anyways,
I'm not a Brown. I just feel like the Browns is nice. You feel me? You just saying Patrick Mahomes was going to win, and you're saying Fran is right next to the Patriots?
no,
nigga?
I just said this week. Anyways, don't put words in my mouth, T-Hang. I said this week they're going to win. That's what I said. Moving on. Next game, we got Buffalo versus Baltimore. T-Hang, you're first on this one. Who you got?
I'm riding with Buffalo to smack Baltimore because my man Josh Allen, he's out here doing his thing. He's looking like a real top 3, 4 quarterback in the league right now. You know what I'm saying? He's young and he's trending. They got a nice D, and my man Stephon Diggs is on a mission. Plain and simple.
Bruh, that sounded very homosexual. Okay, you were holding Josh Allen's Johnson like the whole time, and then had the nerve to say they got a nice D. Who you got? Do you got Buffalo? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. That's what I started off saying.
All right. Why do you got them because their defense is good and you believe in Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You kind of sound a little bit standoff on that.
Yeah.
Are you not sure?
Here's the thing, because Lamar Jackson, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be a time when he had to come and throw that thing, and he can't throw that thing better than Josh Allen. Josh Allen can run just like, you know what I'm saying, just as much as fucking.
What?
He can run.
Hold on. Just like Josh Allen can run just like what?
So you saying how many rushing touchdowns Josh Allen got?
Hey, stop it, bro. Like, what were you about to say? Just say it.
He could run.
Just like what? Just like what?
Just like Lamar can run. Just like Lamar.
Get the hell out of here.
Stop.
No.
Lamar can throw like Allen. I'm not saying he run like Lamar. I'm saying he can run too.
He definitely can run.
He can't. Yeah, but he can't throw like Josh Allen though. There you go.
That's debatable.
All ready for my take?
Yep.
All right, here we go, guys. Because listen, this is the game I was going back and forth on. Okay, because obviously I like the Ravens, especially of late. But here's a few things for us to know here. The Bills are 8-1 against the spread in the last 9 games. The Ravens are 7-0 against the spread in the last 7 games. Both teams are coming in hot. All right. The Ravens average almost 200 yards per game on the ground. That's number one. The Bills have the 20th run defense. All right. So we know they're going to be able to run the ball on them. Okay. We know they're going to be able to move the ball. However, Bills have the 3rd best passing offense, but the Ravens have great pass defenders, Marlon Humphreys and Marcus Peters. Also allow second fewest passing yards. All right. Listen, it comes down to this. The Bills are averaging over 40 points in the last 4 games. The Ravens are only allowing 10 points per game in the last 4 games. So is that what's going to happen there? This is a stat that wins me over, guys. All right, listen. The Bills are averaging 31 points per game. They've put up 27 points against the Colts, 26 against Pittsburgh, 35 against the Niners, 35 against the Rams. All teams are in the top 7 in defense. They're going to be able to score against the Ravens too, and they're going to win the game. There you have it.
All right, so we got 2 writers with the Buffalo Bills, and I hope that you guys are okay in your heads when your route to the Super Bowl reaches a hitch in the road coming up against Baltimore, and instead of reaching the Super Bowl in Tampa, you get lost on the damn Oregon Trail. I hope that's what happens because Baltimore is winning this game. Their offense is outstanding, and they are going to make the plays necessary to get it done. Come on, let's see here. Didn't the Indianapolis Colts put up a fucking fight against the damn Bills? And now you got Lamar Jackson? Come on now. You guys are completely underselling Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, Hollywood Brown, like J.K. Dobbins. You guys are sick. Listen.
Look, I think that the Titans could have won last week had they passed the ball more. I think they tried too hard.
The Colts could have won. They went for it. They went for 2 for some fucking reason. They didn't kick the field goal when they could have. The Colts could have fucking won, and we wouldn't even be having this discussion. You guys would be on Baltimore's jocks. But it didn't happen.
2 things. Colts should have got more points when they had the chances to. 2, though, okay, the Bills seemed like they had 90 yards to go or more every possession. So what are the odds they play in bad field position every single time? So both things are true. But look, what's special about Baltimore's defense that isn't as special as the other teams that I just listed? Okay, that the Bills have had to play and they won. I think that they do it again at home in a really cold night. All right, for Lamar Jackson, who's never played in snow.
Did they play each other this season?
What?
Have they played each other this season? No. But I don't think they're going to be able to
over 200 yards.
Do what?
What?
It's been a while since Lamar threw for over 200 yards.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to. And I think that the
they're primarily a running team.
Bills. Yeah, but they should have passed more last week too, and they didn't. So I don't know. I feel like nothing can stop this passing offense from the Buffalo Bills right now. They've had harder competition.
Over 200 yards all season, so why it'd be different?
And I've been high on the Bills all year long. I think they're going to be in the Super Bowl, so I've got them winning this game also.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Hey, well, you guys have said quite enough. One thing of note, I know everybody wasn't riding high with the Buffalo Bills last season, but they definitely got beat by the Ravens 24-17. All right, moving right along. It's the LA Rams versus the Green Bay Packers, and we're back to you, Chris. What you got?
The Rams and Packers. All right. It's the Packers got the best offense, and the Rams have the best defense. All right. I won't give you as many stats as I gave you in the last game because I don't want to bore you guys. All right. I'll get to it though.
Nah, give us what you need. What we think we need
the
to have.
Rams defense has given up they've got 14 interceptions on the year and they've allowed 17 touchdowns. Wow. It's pretty incredible. And also, one of my favorite games of the year was the Packers versus the Bucks when the Bucks destroyed the Packers.
Man,
And I think that the pass rush can get to Aaron Rodgers in this game like it did that game. So that's something to think about. And the Packers also struggled to put away Carolina and Detroit at the end of the year. So if you think that, the offense from the Rams won't be enough either, well, they don't have a lot of offense in Carolina and Detroit either.
Look. Before you continue with that, everybody's struggling to finish people nowadays. But go on.
Okay, so I say that to say that I take the Packers.
All right.
I'm
Your
taking
statistical breakdown was going all the way in the other direction, but okay.
Yeah, well, that's because I think that I'm going to argue with myself here. I know all of that, but I still think that Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are the better team at this point. They've impressed me more this season. They've been more consistent, and I think that in the cold weather in Green Bay, I think that that broken thumb of Goff's is going to be hurting, and the Packers can win by more than 2 possessions. There's only going to be so much their defense is going to be able to do in this game, I believe. So
All right,
that's my pick.
T to the hang.
when you hurt yourself, like your thumb gets swollen or your thumb swollen from stuff, what do you put on it? You put ice on it. Don't
Ice.
you? Right.
Yeah, it's called
So what do
rice.
you think
Rest,
that?
ice,
Right.
compression, elevation.
Right. So what do you think that cold is gonna be doing to that man thumb?
Oh, you
That
think
man
it's going to
gonna
be
be
better?
cool. That man gonna be cool, man. It's all up to Jalen Ramsey and motherfucking Donald. What they gonna do? That's all it's up to. I mean, it ain't about nothing else but them.
What
If they
happens when
hold
he
they
gets that
shit,
hand hit again?
if they hold they shit defensively, stop Adams, you good. Period. And I feel like the Rams can do that, and I feel like the Rams will do that. I'll holler at you, Aaron Rodgers. Try again, buddy.
So, all right. Why
All
am I
right.
that? Why am I that guy that's just going against everybody? I got Aaron Rodgers, as
Hey,
they
I said
say.
Aaron Rodgers too.
Oh,
I
okay,
said
all
Packers.
right. I forgot your statistical breakdown went against it, but you did pick the
Right.
Packers. My mistake.
Exactly.
Also going with Aaron Rodgers. Definitely going with Devontae Adams. I mean, the man is a fucking beast. Like, come on.
But Jalen Ramsey not.
Nah, bro. He's not going up against DK Metcalf. Okay. This ain't that. All right. Adams is a freaking beast, and he's definitely going. And that's the thing about the Rams defense. Like, you have him locking down guys, but they rotate him. He's not always guarding the best receiver. And you don't think in those times, I think that Adams is going to get off if he's guarding him or not. So you don't think he's going to get off when he's not? I mean, let's go, bro. I got Aaron Rodgers. The Rams quarterback situation, for lack of better terms, is fucked. It's like, seriously, it's fucked. Like, their element of surprise, their quarterback, what was his name? Wolford. Wolford. He was multi-dimensional. He could throw the ball and he can also get out there and run a little bit. Jared Goff about fucked off the game for them last time. So I don't think that their offense is gonna play like a shell of itself, bro. Like it's not gonna be nice. And
Also
I
worth
think
noting, that Cooper Cup is not going to be playing now. Found that out
Cooper
today.
Kupp not playing.
Doesn't look like
Another
he's going to play.
blow.
Oh, shit.
So
That
oh
nigga rap now.
nah no.
It's a rap
Uh,
now. They
are you
need him.
are you
They need
switching?
him. If Cup ain't playing, Green Bay
I think
gonna
he's
win by
switching his
default.
pick.
Okay, he's switching his pick then. So I guess it's
By
unanimous.
default.
We're all on the
By
Packers.
default.
Green Bay Packers down the damn board. All right, and now we're finally going to get to the last game. Unless you guys got something else to say about that. No. All right.
By default.
La- last game, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New Orleans Saints. And I don't know if it's who that or who they or because I know the Cincinnati Bengals have the same shit. Like shit's lame, but whichever who they are, who's gonna get the W? We're gonna go to UT Hang first. Go ahead, T Hang.
Tampa Bay finna handle New Orleans. Like, they beat them at the beginning of the season. Yeah, they ain't have Antonio Brown. Yeah, it was new season, new team. That's cool. The next time they play in Tampa, they got their ass beat. You hear me? I think that was Antonio Brown's first game. Got their ass beat. Now they just running through shit, and I don't feel like it's finna stop in New Orleans. They want him, and you know Tom Brady's the GOAT. You know he beat up on Peyton Manning. So what the fuck you think Drew Brees is? Come on now.
All
And the
right, kept it short.
defense, and the
I
defense,
Hold
agree.
on, hold on,
I
hold on, hold
agree.
on, hold on. Let him finish.
and the defense, man, they rocking right now. They was blowing it. They was thought dude was sweet for Washington last week. Thought dude was sweet out there. They're like we could do anything. This nigga, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? He threw a couple poppers in there. They feel me. They're like, oh shit, we gotta start playing with this nigga. You hear me? But yeah, I mean, they know how Drew Brees come. They know how Drew Brees come. They know they can't play around with that man. You hear me? Alvin Kamara, I feel like he's not gonna do shit. And Michael Thomas, I feel like he gonna get his rocks off. I don't really think he gonna be doing shit either. So
You hope he doesn't. This sounds like hope. This is what you hope
type
happens.
type
That's
shit,
fine.
cause he type shit, cause Michael Thomas be eating, boy. You hear me? He be eating, eat. He be eating, but they ain't going though. Over body work, they got the GOAT behind them, and that's all they needed. They had Jameis Winston back then, 30 for 30, man. You feel me? He ain't no leader. They got the GOAT. So they feel like shit. They playing with greatness, so they gotta elevate. He's taking them some places they ain't never been. You feel me? Especially Antonio Brown. He been trying to get in this motherfucker for the longest. He eating. Let's go. He like LeBron. You play with me, I take you there. Period.
Chris,
All right, yeah. So shout out to my brother for this being his team and for so many years without making the playoffs.
hey,
Now they
let me
finally
cut
made
you
it.
off real quick. Let me cut you off real quick.
Yeah,
Eric Workman said that if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would go to the Super Bowl when the Super Bowl is in fact in Tampa Bay, that he would be in attendance. Okay.
I
fact.
think he said that. I think he said that
With
before COVID.
right. Okay, all right. True that. Okay.
He
Okay,
gonna
I guess that just disqualifies everything. Never mind. Go ahead, Chris. Go
But
ahead, Chris.
yeah, yeah. So but I like his team a lot this week. For one thing, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. Okay, and listen, the first time that they beat the Bucks was week 1. Brady's first week, his first game with the Bucks. They had no preseason because of COVID. Okay, no reps in practice that you would normally get in the off season. Okay, so that was their first game. The second time they lost was in week 9. Was week 8, and they lost very badly. If you guys remember that, that was Antonio Brown's first game with the Bucks. All right, but listen, the next game, uh, Drew Brees got his rib injury, right, and he was out. So, and then the Bucks have not beat a team with a winning record since that game against the Bucks.
What?
They, the Saints have not beat. Yeah, the Saints have not beat a team with a winning record since that game with the Bucks. Since that last game in Week 9, and Week 10 is when he got injured. Drew Brees. All right. So that's why I think they're gonna win.
Didn't they lose to the Falcons?
And do what?
Didn't the Saints lose to the Falcons?
Yeah, I think they did. They've lost a couple games. I think one was to the Falcons and one was to the Eagles. Since
I mean,
then,
didn't you say that like a couple weeks ago when the Saints were playing? I forget who they were playing. That was the reason why you thought they were going to lose and they won the damn game. Why do you keep going back to that Falcons game? The Falcons can play people close sometimes. Their defense isn't bad, and Matt Ryan isn't the greatest quarterback, but he's definitely a veteran quarterback who can do it. So I don't know why.
the point is they haven't beat any
the
team
division game.
with a winning record since that last game with the Bucks. And the Bucks, meanwhile, have been on fire. Offense has been clicking on all cylinders. That's not what's been happening with the Saints. They've been winning, but not enough to convince me that they're so good that Drew Brees' rib injury isn't still a lingering issue. Not enough to make me think that. I think Michael Thomas is going to eat a little bit in this game. Of course, he's Michael Thomas, but I think his passes are going to be shorter routes, whereas the Bucks players with Evans and Godwin, Brown, they're going to be deeper passes, and they're going to be longer, bigger plays. Both teams are good at stopping the run, so it's going to be about Drew Brees throwing the ball more and Tom Brady throwing the ball more. Who's more comfortable doing that? The Bucks are. Tom Brady is. The Bucks are going to win. This will be Drew Brees' last game for the Saints. The Bucks are going to the NFC Championship. Let's go.
They're going to test that man's ribs.
And I'm putting a bet on it.
They're going to test that theory.
I'm excited to see Tom Brady win another Super Bowl. So
number 7?
It's gonna happen
a different
again this
team?
year.
Oh my God.
So Marcel, you got anything to add to that, or what do you think?
These motherfuckers got they got a playoff win under their belt now. These niggas is geek, bro. Mike Evans and them geek. You know what I'm saying? They thought like now, all right, cool. We finna run now for real. We know we got our man behind us. We finna run 4 TDs at least. Stop playing with him. He is the GOAT. Stop playing with that man. Period. Yeah. Stop playing with that man.
Look, the reason why I haven't rushed to go in on this one is because
tell us why.
It's kind of hard to pick. You know what I mean? Like you got Drew Brees and the Taysom Hill and the Kamara and Jackson and Thomas. Like it's just like that fucking tandem is deadly. Like they are fucking good as fuck. Like, and then you got Tom Brady and you got Gronkowski, who he's not the Gronkowski.
Well, so lately they've been running the ball more, and that's why he's been
do the same thing you just did to
differently
to the Saints. Do the same thing you just did to the Saints.
Listen, I'm not trying to downplay the Bucks. Like I know you got Chris. I know you got an excuse for all their deficiencies. I mean, that. But
no, look, they can get beat over the top. All right, they can, but I don't think that
Brady,
the Saints are going to do it.
Gronk, Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Scotty Miller, Cameron Brate, Ronald Jones, LeGarrette Blunt. Stop fucking playing, bruh. Stop fucking playing, bruh.
Bro, I was gonna go down the list. I was just saying I was stopping at Gronkowski. I favor, but that might be whatever you think. But I favor Cameron Brate over Gronkowski. That's just what
in the red zone. Man,
In the
stop
red
it.
zone. Hey, Cameron Bray was daily in the red zone with Jameis Winston at quarterback. That's
Man,
all I'm
he's
saying.
cool.
Yeah,
Gronk,
Cameron Brate's been getting targeted a lot more often than Gronkowski has,
yeah, and Gronk's
especially
still
recently.
going up and getting it.
And I think he's successful by being in the car. Okay,
Oh,
he's in that he's in
okay.
that Bucks car. So,
Okay.
but
Okay.
but but
Yeah,
like
Okay.
I said,
he's contributing though a
Okay.
lot though. He's a really good blocker
Okay.
in the run game
Okay.
too,
okay,
so he
let it go.
contributes a lot.
Let us Johnson go. Hey, listen. All I'm saying is this is hard to pick for me. It's really hard to pick. But what's the line at, Chris? Do I
It's
gotta
at
pull it up?
+3. It started off at 3.5. It's at +3 right now.
Bucks favored?
No, the Saints are.
Oh shit.
Well, they're playing in New Orleans, so.
Sweet.
Oh, they're playing in New
Sweet.
Orleans? New
Yeah.
Orleans. Hey, I got New Orleans, bro. New
Hey,
Orleans plays best when they are
No
at
fan.
home.
hey,
It don't matter.
Marcel
It
forgot
don't
about
matter.
COVID again.
It don't
He
matter,
forgot
bro.
about COVID
It
again.
doesn't matter. It
It
ain't the fans.
it
It's
does
that turf.
matter.
It's that dome. New
Uh,
Orleans all day long. Let's go. Who that? Who they? I don't give a damn. I'm going with the damn Saints. Let's go.
all right, so
Anything else?
And you
yeah,
talking about
it
holding
took
meats.
Marcel 10 minutes to decide, but now he's so
And he talking about
confident that the
holding meats.
Saints are
Get out that
gonna win.
man. Get out that man meat.
I didn't mention anybody individually. I did
Get out
not.
that
So I
man.
don't know what you're talking
You did.
about.
You mentioned Drew
I
Brees.
no no
The
no.
fuck you talking about?
I mentioned everybody together. I
So
never.
so Marcel, you trust Drew Brees' arm in this game more than Tom Brady.
I trust the.
With all of the
I
playoff
trust.
fortune and misfortunes of both
I'm
players.
gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. All right. Listen. I trust. I trust Drew Brees, his arm, along with Taysom Hill and Kamara in that run game over Tom Brady and his targets and his run game. In New Orleans, I favor them over that. Like they might got Tom Brady, but
So you
this is
think
a
just because of
division game.
playing on
Haven't
turf matters?
Ronald Jones
Who won in week
haven't
9? Who won in week 9?
have
It's a
Ronald Jones been
completely
averaging more yards and
Who
shit than Alvin
who won the
Kamara?
game? Who won the game in week 9? Did you not see what
Fournette's
Kamara
been
did on
playing really good
Christmas?
too.
Did you see what Kamara did on Christmas?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Do you know that the Bucks have the #1 rush defense in the entire NFL? They allowed the least. So
uh, uh,
who you think Kamara is just a running back? Anyways, who won in week 9?
we know that was a blowout.
Then answer the question. Who won?
The Saints did, and they
All
haven't beat a
right.
good team since
Okay.
then.
Moving the fuck
And
on.
they
All
haven't
right.
beat a good
All
team
right.
since then.
All right. We got a blockbuster trade in the NBA. We got James Harden moving on to Brooklyn to play with Kyrie. Where the hell's he been? Irving and obviously Kevin Durant. What do you think about that? Starting off with you, T. Hang.
I feel like he just trying to win. You feel me? He feel like that's who he can win with. That's his best option. And you know what I mean? It's funny how
Let me lead you
every
off. Let me lead you off because you had a post on Facebook that
I'm
said
finna get to it right
everybody,
now. I'm getting to it.
everybody. I'm gonna go. Everybody was always talking about, oh, LeBron. He's in the East. He's in the East. He can't do it in the West. He can't do it in the West. Goes out West. Takes the season to get his team right. Then gets a ring. Now everybody's floating on to the East. Yeah, you did post that. Continue.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't they mama going east now. You feel
And their
me?
grandmama.
They scared of this man. You know what I mean? But it's cool. He felt like, well, shit, with this team over here, I know I can't fuck with the Lakers. Shit. After what they did to us last year, I know, duh. I know I can't fuck with them. So I'm gonna go with goddamn KD and Kyrie to see if we can fuck with them. You feel me?
Mm.
But Bay gave up Jared Allen too. You feel me? You have no
Yeah.
D. None. Once DeAndre Jordan go out, your center gonna be Jeff Green. Field day.
Yeah, they're looking to start
Fucking
Jeff Green
field
right
day.
now as their
You feel
their
me?
starting
Like
center.
he can't stop AD. or motherfucking Marcus Gasol. He can't stop Joel Embiid. He can't fucking stop. Denver
Yeah,
will run through him. Denver
I
will run
think
through him.
losing Karis LeVert, who I am extremely pleased that the Pacers got, because we had Oladipo on expiring contract anyways. He
He's
was going to
better than
be
Oladipo.
he was going to be gone at the end of the season. So
Whoa!
this is big time for us. Who Sabonis has already been playing good. Turner, he has so many blocks this year. It's like a damn record or some shit. Hey,
Hold on. Whoa.
look for the
Whoa.
Pacers to get better. And
Whoa.
but listen, this is another variable too here for the Nets. Losing Spencer Dinwiddie also thins them out at that position too. So they've kind of lost 3 players this year at this point, as far as trying to get a championship this year. So, but you get Harden and all of his extra free throw attempts a game, and him creating his own shot. We'll see how him and Kyrie Irving play off the ball with each other. We know that KD can play off the ball well, so but we'll see how well they want to make it work and how they switch it up.
T-Hang?
How Steve Nash has them
Did you
has them
just
playing
say
point guard
Karis
or whatever.
LeVert is better than
So,
Oladipo?
Yes.
well, Karis LeVert's been playing really good,
All right,
but
can we hurry up and
Oladipo's
we can
good.
wrap this up then, because that was just that. Oh my god.
LeVert's averaging what? What's LeVert averaging, Marcel? About 20 a game or some shit right now?
I
Now.
don't have it in front of me, but I
He's
definitely think he's
averaging
better.
like a double
I
double.
definitely
Yeah, he's
think
good.
when I say he's better than Oladipo, I mean he's better for
I
the
don't give a fuck
Pacers.
I don't give a fuck what excuse you're using right now. You said what you said, so you stick with it.
Go on, bro. Like, what is your opinion on the trade? Like, we are trailing the fuck off. Like, James Harden. What is your opinion?
Do you
I
think
said
that
my,
it makes the
I said,
Do you think the
I
Nets are
said they
definitely
don't have
coming
no
out of the
de-
East now?
they don't have no defense. I don't think they even
Oh,
gonna
you
come
did
out
say
the East
that.
because they don't have no defense. Like
You did
I
say that.
understand Harden can score. I understand Kevin Durant can score. I can understand Kyrie can score. You feel me? But really, outside of that, DeAndre Jordan really ain't finna give you no demo. Harris, you know what I'm saying? If he clicking, he clicking. Outside of that, you ass. Bench ass.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of on-ball defenders.
You only got 9 people on your team right now, so you gotta find 3 more. So you in the garbage can looking for 3 garbage boys. What they, you know what I mean? What you
Quite the
gonna say?
analogy.
You know what I'm
Look,
saying? It's just not
let me
gonna beat
go
the
ahead.
Lakers. Fuck around, won't beat the
No, definitely
Sixers.
not.
Probably won't beat the fucking Boston.
So listen,
I mean,
he was either gonna go to Philly, or he was gonna go there, obviously, or possibly Miami. I mean, do you think this was the better fit out of all of those teams, or do you think that he would work better with
Well, I haven't even weighed in
Joel
and said
Embiid?
what I think about this. So let
Okay,
me
well,
go
I'm
he
just
ahead
probably
saying
and
be
that's
better in Philly.
let me go ahead and step in here and say this. Out the gate, I definitely probably stepped out of turn with the Oladipo comment. All right, whatever. All I'm saying is, I'm not even fuck that. I'm just gonna move on to what I think about this trade. Like, if you think about it, like Golden State when they were really really good, I feel like they had pretty much one premier defender in Draymond Green. All right, they were predicated on scoring points at high volume. All right. So I think with the addition of James Harden and also having Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, all good scorers, I think that they could create something that could mimic, not completely be the same, like not completely copy it, but mimic that scoring, you know what I mean, and definitely be the team that comes out of the East at least. But that's all I'm saying. Defense
well,
or not.
the Warrior. First of all, back to what the Warriors had Iguodala and Klay Thompson also. So
And
those are
Sean
more
Livingston.
defenders too,
True on that. True on
and
that. True.
other players that were a pretty good defensive team actually. So they're a good
So
defensive team to
the
get
Brooklyn
you.
Nets have no other pieces, is what you're saying?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
they
just
still
saying
got to fill their roster. They still got to fill 3 more spots.
We'll
they've
see.
definitely got an offensive team with Joe Harris, and I mean they've got a 3-point shooting team.
Mhm.
So
Shit,
we'll
John
see.
Wall, Oladipo get the clowning out there in Houston. Then what? And they got all the draft picks. Like they could boat up.
Houston will probably lose Oladipo at the end of the year. They're just loaded. They're just trying to move on from this best they can. So,
Mm,
but
it's sad. All right, we spent
but
enough time on that. Let's just move on to something that somebody said to me on Facebook. We're gonna go ahead and do that number because I just want to know what you guys think. You know how the NFL has these young quarterbacks. They are running stuff. You got a list of them actually that are in the AFC running it, and other ones that didn't make the playoffs or got eliminated. Like somebody said that these quarterbacks are in a 5-year drafting period is the best 5-year draft of any quarterbacks ever between a 5-year window. And I just wanted to know what you guys thought. What I mean, I'll go ahead and start with you, Chris. Can we get your opinion of this out the gate?
oh well.
I feel like you feel T Hang, but go ahead, Chris. I want to know what you think.
Hmm.
Contemplate on it.
I'm gonna have to say the left side because we don't even know what the right side is all capable of doing. Um,
Go on. Go on.
there's a lot of quarterbacks that aren't even proven
Okay,
necessarily on this list.
take into account about
Murray,
how they're playing now.
Murray, Herbert, Mayfield, uh, Dak Prescott. I mean, he's all right.
Right?
I know Deshaun Watson deserves to be up there. I like Josh Allen up there and Jackson, even though they're still young too.
Yeah.
Not big on Mayfield, Justin Herbert. I do like him and think he will be good. But Murray, not so sold on him. We'll see.
Right.
So, but the other guys have got a whole list of things they've done already and accomplished. So it's kind of hard to compare that.
So are you saying that this comparison is ridiculous at this point?
Yeah, at this point it is.
All right, T Hang.
Yeah, I feel like it's ridiculous because you really can't do that. Like I don't see how you can even add it up because a lot of them people on the left really want shit. You can't really say they was really that thing within their first 5 years because everything they did was after 5 years. And on the right, you got Mahomes. He won in his fucking second year, so shit, he did better than anybody on the left side in their first 5 years, and he might go to, you know what I mean? It's to be continued type. So I'm like on the right, yes, as far as the first 5 year draft stand because they breaking all type of records. And I'm saying as far as career wise, definitely the left. So I'll say the right first 5 years, but the career after that is definitely the left because legendary shit. Marino didn't have that perfect season within his first 5 years. Elway didn't win his 2 Super Bowl rings in his first 5 years. Then Jim Kelly went 4 straight years, didn't win shit.
Marino
Steve
didn't have the
Young,
perfect season.
Marino did have the perfect season.
I
No.
think free agency and salary caps will.
Marino's never
There,
won a Super Bowl, bro.
He went, I know, but he
How do
had
you
a
have
whole
how do you
season
have
with.
how do you have a perfect season without winning the Super Bowl? Stop it. But go on.
I don't know.
uh,
He just all
I,
he got a perfect season. Just was no Super Bowl.
I think the salary cap era didn't even take effect until 1990. What was it?
You feel me?
So
Man,
it's a lot different when you're trying to build a team. Things are a lot different now than they are then. It's a lot harder to win consistently nowadays. than it
But
was
you
back
can't. But
then.
it's sport. It's sports too. And if you ask me, you can't really buy championships. I mean, look if you could buy championships, the Yankees would have won every single year. But yeah, I'm gonna ride with you guys. This is a ridiculous comparison. Obviously, there's other draft classes between 5-year window that include the likes of Tom Brady, Michael Vick, Aaron Rodgers, Eli Manning,
Hank Manning.
Philip Rivers, not Peyton Manning, no, not in a 5-year window. But I'm sure if you go back, you could pull some guys in and leave some guys. In fact, on this list right here, if you went back, if you took away 85, obviously you lose Steve Young and Randall Cunningham, but then you add in 79, and you can add Joe Montana, and you can also add Phil Simms. So obviously the one on the left is the one to go with, and this is a ridiculous comparison at this point. I mean, we don't know what Prescott could be done at this point. He could never do anything good at all, ever. Like, we don't know. Herbert had a great season, but how many rookie quarterbacks have great season, and then the NFL has film on them, and they shut their ass down? See RG3, see others. I don't want to single out other people,
Well,
but
I think
but
I
yeah,
think I think it's the quarterback position. I think the players are better. There's more better quarterbacks now than there was back then. Quarterback position is a lot more important. We know the running back position isn't as important, especially when you're drafting. Um, and so, but and we, there's just a lot of really good quarterbacks. I feel like in the NFL right now. So, um,
Shit, with a running quarterback, you can make a mediocre running back look good.
yeah, in this day and age, I don't want a quarterback that can't run a little bit. I mean, he doesn't have to like take off every play and shit, and he doesn't have to be Lamar Jackson. But let me get, a Josh Allen type that you've got to worry about it with. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
So,
He
I
will
mean,
break on your ass.
but you're riding with Brady though.
I mean, how many
How's the
people
game?
are Brady's different?
I'm just saying, on the other side of the field, you got Drew Brees and Taysom Hill.
Wait, what? Are we talking about that game again? I'm just saying,
No,
are we talking about quarterbacks that Brady and
But ain't
Breeze
nobody
are
worried
you
about
said
them
you said
niggas.
you
Brady
don't
Ain't
want to.
Brady
You
nobody
said you
worried about
don't
them.
want to. You said
Brady
you
and
don't want. Okay,
Brady
you're
and
right.
Breeze both play the
Ain't
same
nobody
way.
worried about
So
them niggas, man. The fuck?
All
Fuck.
right, they still got to sit up and play,
I
bro.
I
It ain't.
almost think Taysom Hill gives them a better chance to win sometimes. Like because of that being able to give that to them, like to be able to run
Taysom
too.
Hill go get out
Because
there and get his ass handled.
listen, Breeze is getting old and he doesn't throw as good as he used to. So period, and that's going to
Breeze,
show on
Breeze.
Sunday.
All
So,
right,
but Brady's different. If you want that style of quarterback, yeah, he better be pinpoint accurate because if he can't run at all,
all
so
right. Let's get away from that. We've already weighed in on that. We were all on the same side. This is the very last topic, and then we can get the hell out of here. And I just want
yeah, I
to
got
just throw this out. I just want to throw this out there. Steph Curry. Okay. Yes or no? Did Steph Curry change basketball? Chris.
yeah. Steph Curry changed basketball. First of all, the NBA was already trending towards league uh, pointed in a more 3-point dominant uh, percentage shooting league, anyways. So back in the day, if you look up the stats in the 80s and shit, they didn't take 90s, they didn't take threes hardly at all. Nowadays, I mean, you're encouraged to take 6, 8, 10, depending on who you are, a game. So, but I mean, still, just teams weren't doing that as much back then. But anyways, the game's changed now to help the offense, so you're getting better looks, and the game has evolved. Now the big men are shooting threes, and people are playing small ball. So uh, yeah, he didn't change the league specifically like one person. He did it, but he was the face of what the league evolved to, and he was the one who was doing it the most at that time. So yeah.
T Hang?
I mean, in a way, as far as like being 3 dominant, but as far outside of that, he ain't doing nothing stupid, spectacular. He just got the dumbest jumper ever. That's it. He
I
just got the
mean,
dumbest jumper. Him and his,
he
but I feel like
he's the
Clay
best. He's
shoot
the best.
better. I
He's the
feel
best
like Clay
shooter.
shoot
He's the
better
best
though.
shooter of all time.
I feel
Klay
like Clay
Thompson's
shoot better
probably
though.
never dribbled the ball 3 times in a row. So
I just feel like he shoot
Steph
better.
Curry, wow,
It's just Steph Curry to shoot more.
okay, he might, but period though. Steph Curry is
Cause
he
technically,
can shoot the
technically,
three in way more ways than what Klay Thompson can.
I
So
don't see what you mean by that.
well, he can take you off the dribble. He can.
Clay could bust your ass just like that too.
No, he's not.
What?
Klay Thompson's never dribbled the ball more than 3 times in a row. Probably.
I mean,
He's
Clay
a
Thompson ain't
he's a
finna try to shake you. He ain't finna
he's
try to
a
shake you.
he's a catch
He
and
ain't,
shoot shooter.
but he can take you off the dribble and still bop your ass.
Steph will, and he's the best shooter of all time by
And Clay will
far.
take it to the lane and bang on something. Yeah. And Clay will lock something down. Yeah. And he still shoot better than Steph. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, don't do that.
Steph
Don't do
Curry
that to
really
Clay.
he could be like one of the
Don't do
best
that to
point
Clay.
guards. He really could be like the one of the best scorers ever. It's just that he can do both, and he really would rather just pass the ball. You know, he really kind of would. He's more of like that's why
He just
he
need
would
his
be one of the
nigga,
best
man.
superstars to play with because he doesn't expect the ball. He can pass it just as well as he can shoot it all crazy like every play. So that's why it worked
Without
out with 2 other great shooters, and that's why.
I was gonna say, yeah, without Clay, ain't no Steph like that.
Are you guys
No,
finished?
sir. No, sir.
All right,
No, sir.
look, this is where I'm at on it. I don't know if you guys hear my dog going off in the background. My bad on that.
Mm.
I only heard him sissies right there.
But shut up, boy.
Something.
Anyways, listen. Listen. Hell no, he didn't change the game of basketball. He's shooting 3-pointers. Oh, he's shooting them at range. He's shooting them with regularity. He's shooting them at a high percentage. But he's still shooting a fucking 3-pointer. That it's been in the game for I don't know how long. I don't give a damn how good you are at doing it. It's been a part of the game. What did he change about the game of basketball?
Marcel,
Nothing.
just
Hold
like
on.
we
Hold on,
just
bro.
like we
I
talked
remain
about football
silent.
and
I
quarterback.
remain silent, bro. Let me get this out. I remain completely silent. He didn't change anything about the game of basketball. There is nothing different about basketball because he was shooting 3-pointers well. And as T. Hank said, he was shooting the ball well with another great 3-point shooter. And then another one when Kevin Durant came. They're all great shooting at 3-point. Listen, coached by a guy that was one of the greatest to do it. Like, all I'm saying is that they're shooting 3-pointers. There is nothing that has been changed about the game of basketball whatsoever. I don't give a damn that it's trending this way. The NBA is trended this way, that way. It's a trend. It's always trending to some way. They ain't changing nothing about the rules, nothing about the structure. Listen, you know who changed basketball? Shaquille O'Neal. They changed the damn rules. They had
Get the
fucking
fuck
the
out
rule.
of here,
He changed the game of
Facts.
basketball.
man! You're gonna make me go through this.
There's actually things
Facts.
that were
I'm
changed
not trying to
about the
hear this
game of
bullshit.
basketball.
Facts.
There are
Facts.
actual things that were changed about the game of basketball because of Shaquille O'Neal. Now he changed basketball. What did Steph Curry change about the NBA, basketball, whatever? Nothing.
Facts.
So that is my spiel on it. You can say what you want to say about it now.
That's big facts. That's big facts. Big facts. Just like
Okay,
Jordan changed the
so you think
Jordan changed it.
so you
Jordan
think
rules, they
Shaq
changed the
changed the
rules.
league? Hold
Yes.
on. You think Shaq changed the league? Oh yeah, because teams what did teams do differently? They started
Hack
drafting
and
differently.
stack.
They started looking
They
at.
changed
Hold
the
on,
NBA
hack that.
changed the rules. It doesn't matter. They changed the rules because he was tearing down Goals, they had to change the structure
my
of the
God.
actual goal. Like, there was things they had to change because of Shaq. They had to change the actual rules of the game. What did they have to
Listen,
change because of Steph Curry? Nothing.
listen. Shaq, well before Shaq started playing basketball,
Here we go.
centers dominated the league. What is Shaq at
Not like
center?
that,
And then, what
man.
do you mean not like that? And ever since Shaq, what did Shaq lead? Oh, now so teams are looking for the next Shaq out here? No, the fuck they're not. They're not at all looking for the next Shaq. They're looking for the next dude that can shoot a three and be
Yeah, because
dominant
the
down
game
low.
evolved, but
Because
you weren't looking for that when Shaq
just
was
like I don't want
playing.
a quarterback that can't run a little bit, I don't want a center that can't shoot. And I don't want
You
a
want to
power
think about
forward that can't
listen,
shoot a
listen,
three.
listen. It's a
Like,
it's a
sorry, the
thing
league has
though.
changed, and Steph Curry was the face
Exactly.
of that. And Steph
But they
Curry
ain't
was the
changed.
face of that
No,
because
no,
he
no,
did
no,
it the
no, no.
best.
In this
Yeah.
era,
In that
period.
era, what did
The
Shaq?
Shaq
Because
was
no one's
Shaq is
out
the
here
most dominant
scouting for
player
the
to
best.
ever play in NBA ever. What are you saying? What do you mean? If you got a whole listen, all right, say like this. Boom. We in the football league. We in the
Yeah.
NFL. And you got footballs. Every time I kick a football, I flatten that bitch. They are going to change the footballs or they're going to change something so every time I kick this motherfucker, it won't flat. That's exactly what they fucking did to the goals. Every time Shaq would get on this motherfucker, that's why you can't hang on the rim and that ain't shit. Because when Shaq would do it, the whole rim came down or the whole shit shattered. What are you saying?
How important is it to basketball about the rim quality? Like, who cares?
I can't stop this man until we have
He
to
didn't
listen.
actually.
If we
He didn't
losing the
actually
game, if we
change
losing,
anything. Teams don't
if we
have a
losing the
different
game,
outlook on the way they're going to try to win because of Shaq. They're not like, oh, we
yes,
got to
Hey,
here you
find
go
our
right
Shaq.
here. This is
No, they're
how they
not.
looking to
And
win.
teams in the
This is another
2000s
way.
didn't do that either.
If we're losing, say I'm down 3 points. If I'm losing, say I'm down 3 points, 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, what they gonna do? Hack your Shaq. Fuck is you talking about? They ain't talking about MK this nigga on how to try to win. Nigga, if you don't foul Shaq, Shaq gonna get the ball. He's gonna dunk, probably get fouled, and one.
They didn't
They don't
hack a
want to.
Shaq. They didn't hack a Shaq because they were worried about him scoring on the next possession. They fouled him because he was such a bad foul shooter that it was better to just let him miss 2 free throws than to let the
Or
team
let the
run their
nigga
offense.
bang on you. Yes, so we're gonna stop the whole game plan. We ain't gonna do nothing. We just gonna foul this big motherfucker because he really can't shoot free throws. Because if we don't foul him, they're gonna pass the ball to him in the paint and he's gonna dunk.
No, it was because
And we can't possibly
because they
catch
knew
up.
that he wasn't. No, it's because they knew he wasn't going to hit his free throws, so they fouled him.
Exactly. So
Bro.
what would you
Period.
rather do? Would you rather him foul him because he's not a good free throw shooter, or not foul him and let him dunk on you while you're losing? Exactly. Hacking
Nikki,
fucking
I
Shaq.
don't know if you know this
They
now,
ain't got no
but
hacking staff. Ain't no hacking
teams will
Hey,
staff.
still do that.
hey, not to mention, hey,
Teams will still
bro.
foul a guy just because he's not a good free throw shooter. So
Who started
But
that?
not with the same regularity that they were hacking Shaq
I'm
and the
not
timing
saying
that they
that
were
Shaq
hacking Shaq.
wasn't one of the most
And another
dominating
thing,
players, but to say that he
is
changed
that
the
Shaq is the
league.
reason he did. Why do you think they brought back zone defense? Shaquille O'Neal. So that's all I'm saying.
Not at
Like,
all. Not at all.
bro,
You
you don't
can't.
gotta you don't gotta
You can't
listen to me.
find. You can't find
You can
another
Google
Shaq.
that.
Shaq
You can
is just
Google that.
Nigga, he led the NBA. He won a scoring title. Now, what you talking about? Now,
but a lot of
center,
people
Shaq,
can be.
center, motherfucker won a scoring title. Fuck is you talking about? Now, what center did that? Shooting threes and all. Still ain't did that. Shaq did
Bro,
that.
he's one of
With
two
Kobe on his
players.
team. With
He's
Kobe
one
on
of
his
only
team.
He's one of only 2 players to win NBA Finals MVP 3 fucking years in a row. Him and Michael Jordan. That's it. That is
Fuck
Yeah,
is
it.
you talking about?
Like, that's it. That's it.
What are you talking about? Average
David
37.
Robinson and Jordan, I think, are one of the only people that got Defensive Player of the Year and MVP. and had
that-
led the league in scoring or some shit.
That could also be true, but I'm saying Shaquille O'Neal changed the game of basketball.
David Robinson led the league in scoring.
And they not.
He didn't
I wanna
change
know-
shit.
Hold on,
Sinners
did you just say
died-
David
I've been
Robinson?
listening.
Sinners died out
Did
right
you-
after Shaq.
What does that have to?
The dominant
Okay.
center,
Exactly.
Shaq, the Shaq type of center died out after Shaq. How did he change?
What you
the
mean?
league? Oh, what do you mean?
Because he was the
There's
only
no-
motherfucking like him.
There's dominant centers right now. They're not as good as Shaq, but no one's looking towards that.
Exactly,
They'd rather have
because
a
they wasn't
Jokic- They'd
Shaq.
rather have a Jokic or a Joel Embiid or
So
something.
are you saying? Let me
can hit a
break this
three.
down. Are you saying right now because the league
Listen,
the
I got
league is
I
where
got
it's
1 minute, guys. I gotta go.
yeah, okay, last thing. Are you saying because the league is where it's at right now that Shaq didn't change the game?
No, I think Steph Curry had more to do with changing the game as far as the way each team plays and scouts the next bit of players that are going to play with them. They're
Just
looking
Right.
for what Steph-
just
they're looking
imagine
for what Steph Curry
Zion.
has got. They're looking
Just
for what
imagine
Steph Curry
Zion was
has.
built just like Shaq with his ability.
And look at Zion. Would you rather have Zion or Steph? Come on now. Zion's good, but there's no way in fuck that you're picking Zion over a Steph
Because he
Curry
want a
player.
pure shooter.
Period.
All right. Chris has got to get going, so we got to put a button on this thing. I want to thank
Teams are
both of you
scoring
again.
more now, so you need scores. And
They
that's
did
three.
what? Listen,
Not a
You gotta
Steph been
go.
in the
Do
league.
you got to go
Steph
or don't you got to go?
Steph been in the league for how many years? Steph been in the
Hey,
league for how many years before he took
Listen,
off?
guys.
He been
All
in the
right,
league how many years before he
I'm
took off?
trying to put a button on this thing. Listen, all
They
right.
weren't worried about him.
We
To
got
Klay
time for one more
Thompson.
argument.
They worried about
Listen.
Klay Thompson. Klay made Steph. Fuck you mean?
Hey, it's been real though, guys.
All right,
See
hold
you on
on
the
1
next
second. Let me
episode.
put a button on this. All I'm saying is thank you guys for being a part of it. Championship rounds. You guys got anything else to say before we're out?
They call me T-Hank or something.
Chris?
Bucks win by 2 scores.
All right.
Facts.
All right.
Facts.
There it is. I should have took that off. Championship rounds. Hey, you know our picks. Get out there and get that bag, whatever it's DraftKings, FanDuel, whatever it is. Stay frosty.